Oh yeah, I saw a few bits going off.
Yeah, should we stay away from that?
Yeah, we definitely need to
Don't
stay
want to
away.
be part of that one.
I'm not making any public comments.
Yeah, no, let's stay away from all that, eh?
Yeah, definitely, mate.
I'm just going to do a little intro, if that's okay.
Yes, Paul.
Yeah, it's all right. So, welcome back, everybody, to the LA Golf Channel podcast, episode 6. And today we've got a fantastic and unique visitor. It's an old friend of mine that we've somehow found ourselves crossing paths in this wonderful journey that is content creation. He's got some incredible course knowledge, sensationally organised, played a massive part in the breaking of a world record. And I've just found out he doesn't get nervous on the first tee. So we're going to start there. Welcome everybody to 28 to 8 Golf, Andy Evans.
Thanks for having me, mate.
Yeah, how'd you feel? Okay.
I would say nervous, but I'm not. So.
Yeah. Right, we're going to start with that.
Yeah.
How do you not get nervous?
I don't know. I've always been quite a level-headed person.
Yeah.
Where I don't really overthink things. I'm a more of a what happens. I can't control it. You know, you make your own luck. Yeah. And quite a calm person. So yeah, I've only ever been nervous. I think in all my life, in everything that I've done, the only time I can actually remember being nervous was the day I got engaged, and I was just feeling a bit queasy, but that's it. I've never ever felt nerves on anything.
Oh my gosh, I genuinely don't think I want to continue the conversation. That's really annoying.
Yeah, do you know what? I think because I'm a positive thinking person.
Yeah.
I don't look at it as nerves. I look as excitement, and I want to do something. And also, I always live my life by a bit of a, you know, I don't look back and regret things. I do it, and if I've done it wrong, I regret it, or I could change things, but I don't look for negatives. I look for positives. So I don't really find things nervous because I think, oh, do you know what? So what? No one's died. I can just move on. What
an incredible mentality. There'll be some very upset mental coaches out there that know they've just lost some money with that. Yeah. But that's incredible.
I think a lot of it is I feel like I'm quite in control of my own mind. Mm-hmm. I don't let my mind wander.
Yeah.
I'm quite focused, quite driven, quite determined, which kind of takes away the variables. Mm-hmm. So, you know, nerves is a bit of a variable where you feel like you're out of control, where my mind is very much in control and focused, but also looking for the positives and the fun side of stuff.
Yeah, well, I guess I best be careful because it means I'm going to have to listen tonight if you're focused.
Yeah, there's that. But the thing is there's being focused and stuff, but also that doesn't necessarily transpire to actually delivering what's in your mind. So
right,
yeah,
okay.
Theory's good, practice isn't so great. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I was going to ask that actually. So you're playing at an absolute stunning golf course. Would you like to shout out, repping them tonight?
Yeah, St Anne's Old Links.
Yeah, absolute stunner. Have you played in a competition up there yet?
Oh yeah, but I've been there for a few years, but okay. I've played in a lot of competitions. Some have been really good.
Yeah.
I did have a tied first, but didn't win. But some have been...
We're not brushing over that. So come on. So what was we're tied first, who are you with?
I tied first in a comp last year, April last year it was. And yeah, I just played solid. It can be quite friendly. The reason I joined there was it was the first links course I ever played, going back a good few years.
Yeah.
And just instantly fell in love with links golf. Mm-hmm. I like that you have to be able to try and flight it down. I like you have to think a lot more. I like you have to battle the elements, but also I like that you can play it all year round. Even now in February, it's in unbelievable condition.
Right.
But I do feel I really enjoy the layout. I feel like when you walk off the course, no matter how you've played, you've had a great time because it is that type of course. But I think that mentality again has put me in a position where I've played well. So, I feel like my handicap does help me quite a bit. I'm never, if I had a shot off every single time someone said you're not off that, I'd be, deep into plus figures now. So yeah, but unfortunately I'm not. But no, I think I can get round. I do really enjoy links golf. I've always loved it.
Yeah,
it's been a really, really good course. But yeah, I've been up there a good few years now.
Yeah.
My son's a member, which I love.
That's
my
incredible.
10-year-old son. We play together. almost every Sunday when he's not got football. Or
Without losing the fact you did have a T1, possibly finished second, we will come back to.
Yeah.
What's the junior section like up there? Because there's some clubs can struggle with a good junior section.
They really have grown it. When my son first joined, there was about 20, but they've grown it to around about 40, 50 now. The club have done a great job. There's a guy called Gary whose son is a junior member, and they really, really have developed it really well. The teaching pro, James Robinson, has been, helped with bringing that on and giving, group lessons at half term and that sort of stuff. So it really, really has developed over the last 3 or 4 years to, a really, really good, solid junior foundation where they play every Sunday. They try and, they are a really, really good group of guys. And I think the parents really do go out the way to kind of make the children very welcome. Especially in the clubhouse. Because one of the things that I do find with St. Anne's is that the clubhouse feel is great. The membership is great. There's no cliques, there's nothing like that. It's just a really, really good, friendly club.
So are you a little bit nervous that it's almost too good as a junior section, that maybe he's going to be knocking on the door saying, Dad, I'm going to beat you soon?
Not quite yet.
Not yet, okay.
I feel that he's definitely got the potential. He can hit it well. He's got quite a bit of confidence, but also he lets the bad shots really affect him.
Okay.
So that's where he'll be working on. But yeah, I think, like, for example, we do, in between Christmas and New Year, we do a kind of Stapleford comp, but for juniors and adults, and it's great. Juniors, adults, men, women, anything, and it's and then you do a blind draw at the end, and I think he comes second overall, which was gutting because I come about 10th. But no, it's great. It's a great club. They really, really do a great job with the juniors. But they also do a great job of making everyone feel included. Fantastic.
I love that. So that, I guess we're not getting over. I promise we're going back to it. So the love of finding links. Like you say, it was probably the first one. It's really made you want to join there as a member. The mentality that you have, you're pretty strong-minded, you're a positive person, you're staying on the right side of things. Do you think that's just a beautiful combination for you having that opportunity to come T1 or to be fighting it out at the top? Or do you think it was a good day? What got you to that point, do you think? Sometimes, you have a golf course, you get there and you go, this is the day. Is that what that is to you?
No, I feel like a lot of it is I try and, like I say, focus on the controllables, and it doesn't always work. I do have bad days on the course, everyone does, but I do feel that when I'm trending positively, I can play well. I say I've tied first there. Throw another curveball in my previous club, I won a ball comp, so and I won a few comps, but again. Is it my handicap? Is
this 28 best be 8 soon? That's all I'm saying.
I'm halfway there. That's the focus. I've set up my page because I just wanted to track my progress. But I feel like when I'm playing well, I'm on it, and I'm looking for the positives. I've got a birdie in me, but I've got an 8. That's my problem, and that probably dictates my handicap. Where I probably. I've never broke 80. That's my focus for this year. I'm quite goal driven, but when I come tied first, I weren't thinking about it. I was just enjoying it. We had a great 4-ball, good laugh, a bit of banter.
Well, you left a great message in there, which was pretty awesome. You do the best you can with the controllables. Where you're in control, you make the most of that, which is fantastic. I think too many golfers will probably get annoyed by an unfortunate bounce maybe, or they'll try and have control of too much. The ability might not be there. So I think that's a great message, and we will get to where your page is the future of it. But the journey, and I've had the pleasure of getting to watch your journey so far. It's been a good one watching the improvements happen, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has. I think I feel like I started the page on the basis that I kind of really wanted to track how I'd done. I did come down 10 shots in a summer.
Wow.
Yeah, so I did start at 28. I struggled for a while at that level where I was desperate to it, and I almost wanted it too much.
Yeah.
And that would frustrate me, definitely, where I had a bad injury where I just wanted to kind of enjoy it, and that helped me quite a lot.
Okay.
Where when you can't go out and play every single week and it's taken away from you, that control is taken away from you, it becomes quite frustrating.
Yeah.
So that changed a lot of my mentality and has helped my journey, I'd say.
What was the injury, sorry?
I slipped a disc that was sat on my sciatic nerve, so I couldn't walk for 10 weeks.
Yeah.
I was as a...
That was only...
Yeah, it was last year, but
yeah.
Again, that was kind of helped a lot of it. And again, reinforced the positive.
I was about to say, that's your mindset all over though, isn't it? Yeah, it's fantastic.
I can't control that. I can't... I don't want to be getting in a rut or thinking negatively about that. I've got to, look for the positives, and when the positives, when that's taken away from you and you don't have a choice in it, you've then got to look for different top positives and look for different things, in your game or in your life or whichever you want to do to kind of push that forward and, have something to look forward to. So that's what I try and do.
Yeah, pretty inspiring that. I love that. It's honestly, there'll be a lot of people that probably need to take that message on, and when you can easily look at an injury where you're stuck at home and I can't get out, or you're looking at the rain and I'm really stuck, and you can really let that affect you in a negative way. Is it SAD, seasonal affective disorder? People will find that negative twist to something, and it's good to see that somebody like yourself is probably trying to get that message out there for a bit more positive.
Yeah, I do definitely see that, but what I see with my own trend is when we are in that seasonal downward spiral kind of thing, I start to then actively try and book things in quite far in advance to really look forward to.
Super opportunistic.
Yeah, so I'll if it's cold, wet outside, I'll go, well, do you know what? I can't do what I want to do right now.
Yeah.
That's out of my control. But I want to book this so I can go and do that. And then I've got something to look forward to. It's just trying to look for a positive, where you can.
Yeah. And so we're talking about the opportunities of what you're booking. I think you mentioned your manager also questioned how you are able to fit in what you do, but you've got one hell of a course list that you've played, what you're planning to play. We've spoken a little bit about that recently.
Yeah.
What's the one thing you've booked this year so far that you are super excited about? Like this.
I've just booked it this week.
Oh, I don't know this one.
Yeah, so I've booked, it's my 40th birthday this year.
Yeah.
In December.
By the way, it looks 12, okay.
And I don't I've not really changed in the last, how long have I known you for?
14 maybe?
14 years, something like that, yeah. There would have been, yeah. But yeah, I've just booked to go away to Abu Dhabi, and on my 40th birthday, I'm playing, it's in my top 5, probably my 5th favourite course, Joy of Lynx, with my son.
Oh.
So that is like
that's
what dreams
incredible.
are made of. So yeah, I'm very, very lucky. Again, been introduced to a lot of different people especially even more so over the last 12 months, that I've been able to play a lot of different courses and try and, get out there as much as I can.
Yeah.
Really, really enjoy playing, not necessarily just top 100 courses, but that's a big thing on my page, that I like to kind of go and see these different places and experience these different courses, but also which is going to challenge your game. But yeah, that is the one this year.
I love that.
Absolutely can't wait for that.
So that's probably, I'm not sure that quite classes as what you call a traditional links, but it is the links equivalent in that area of the world. Yeah. You've mentioned you love links courses before.
Yeah.
What is it about links courses that really grabs you? Because I know how much you love courses. I love for architecture. We will get into your knowledge of that in a minute, but what is it you really love about a links course?
I think they have a feel of that. If there wasn't a flag and a hole at the end of something, it'd still look incredible. All my favourite courses, when I go back through my top however many is they've all got amazing views. They've all got, generally by the ocean. They're all, or by water. They've got elevation change. They've got a lot of thinking around them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, I am, quite a bit nerdy around golf architecture. I do, I feel like I'm learning about it still, but I am enjoying it. I just love when you look at a hole, and a perfect example of it, if you took the 15th at Kings Barnes,
okay,
and you look at the ocean, the rocks, the way it's been, where the tee box is, and how you walk past it prior to it, to play the opposite direction, it just looks like it's been there for a million years.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about links courses. They look like they've been there since the day of dawn.
Yeah.
And it's just so happens that someone decided to put a hole and trim a green a little bit shorter than the rest of it. And I just love that kind of natural look where I feel like some courses look great, but they're clearly man-made.
Yeah. A Carden Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, if you look at courses like one that I really like to play, Royal County Down, it just looks like it's, you couldn't place it anywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, it's next to the ocean, it's in the mountains. There's some amazing courses in New Zealand that just look incredible, like Cape Kidnappers and various different courses where I just think they have a look that just looks timeless.
Yeah.
And that's that's a big thing when I'm looking at what my favourite courses are.
There's a great level of passion in the
Yeah.
way you delivered that. That was
Yeah.
awesome. Do you ever think that maybe in the future course architecture could be somewhere you move toward?
I don't think I'm good enough to kind of pick, design it myself.
Okay.
But
You
I
can
would
appreciate.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I think I have a good understanding of what makes a great golf course a great golf course.
Okay.
And I feel like, maybe a reviewer or a panelist or something like that for somewhere,
Yeah.
and be a great hobby, because I just love playing golf, but also I love playing and looking at the spectacle of it. Like going back to St. Anne's, the 15th at St. Anne's has just such a great layer of bunkering that just frames the hole so well.
Yeah.
I just think it looks, it's so cool, but also it adds the element of you've really got to think about what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay.
And it, you can't just
You're not
smash
just
drive, you're not just smashing it at this. You've really got to think about, if it's downwind, especially with links golf, one thing you really got to think about is, if it's burnt out, how far is it? It's going to bounce and roll. Mm-hmm. If you're playing it into the green, where in the green can you actually play it into? Because you've got to either land it short and let it run up, or are you going to be able to fly it all the way to the hole, or are you using the back of the hole? Because generally with most links courses, a lot of the trouble is at the front of the green.
Right, okay.
And that's what you tend to notice when you go to so many different places, that the bunkering is always, towards the front of the hole.
Yeah, really
like there's a
protection.
lot like at, not too far from here, Royal Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
It's designed where the danger's at the front, so it is, you really have to think about it, but also it's really hard to stop it rolling off the back.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there's so much. That's what I love about links golf.
Okay, so 28 to 8 golf tomorrow. It's going into course reviewing. What are the 5 things that you're looking at in a course review where you've got to go, right, if you don't get this right, it's not in your 28 to 8, I guess. You'll have a special 8 courses that are in your top 8.
Yeah.
How do we get in this top 28 for you? What are the 5 boxes we've got to tick?
First one be experience.
Okay.
When it's something that's only, how you feel when you get there.
All right, okay.
So it's like an experience as in, and again, I'll probably use this course a lot, but how do you feel when you get there? What does someone do to make you feel like that?
Yeah.
Where if someone was, if you went to a course and it was, the staff were quite rude.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's like, it's not really a measurable of the golf course, but it's that experience.
It sits
it's
there,
how you feel, that would probably put you on the back foot to feeling great about being positive and going playing around.
Yeah.
And again.
So go on. Point number 2.
Yeah, point number 2, facilities. You can't be. I am an absolute nightmare in pro shop swag.
Oh, really?
I love pro shop swag.
In fact, I've seen your head cover collection.
Yeah.
That is a monster.
Yeah.
We'll have to get a picture actually to put in there, because
that's been scaled down somewhat substantially. I think I started scaling that down because I've got a mild bit of OCD.
Just a touch.
Just a touch. Yeah, it has been scaled down from when I stopped playing a Scotty. To a lab. I kind of scaled it down quite a bit, but I still do have a few putters and stuff. But yeah, pro shop, feel the venue. Opening holes.
Okay.
Big opening holes. First 3 holes, it's really got to capture your imagination.
Okay.
Is it elevation change? Is it, something dramatic? Or is it, is it a tough opening hole, or is it, easing you in? Yeah. Like, for example, Hankley Common isn't a links course, but it eases you in, and it's just so well framed with all the trees and the heathland kind of styling of it. That's a big thing. How is it easing you into it, or is it how does it start? What are the key features of it?
May I jump in on opening holes?
Yeah.
Because I think I could upset you if I'm right in remembering. Where do you stand on par 3s to start? Am I right to ask this question? Because does your place have a par 3 to start?
No.
Okay, I got the wrong.
So St Anne's the 3rd is the par 3.
Right. Okay. Sorry.
The one course that I really like, but it doesn't make it into my top 10, and it's probably because it's got a par 3 start, is Southport and Ainsdale.
Yeah.
Great course. So much. I always think for some reason, great courses always seem to be having a railway next to them.
Yeah.
St Anne's, Hillside, Southport and Ainsdale,
even suddenly
Birkdale.
like North Wales.
Yeah.
Well,
Aberdyfi.
Yeah.
Conway.
There's always one, yeah.
They've all got railways. Aberdyfi has got the closest railway station to any golf course in the world, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I played there.
Because Prestwick's pretty close, isn't it?
Prestwick, another one.
Yeah, exactly.
But the railway station is next to the clubhouse at Aberdyfi. I played Aberdyfi in December, and it was brilliant course.
Oh, okay.
Really, really good. But again, par 3 is... If I designed my own course, you wouldn't have a par 3.
Do you think there's an argument for it dictates the pace of play, though? So, because a par 3 tends to slow up a golf course, so you can only move as fast as a par 3 can be played. Is it possibly a good way to measure pace of play in a golf course?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's, I'm all about pace of play.
Yeah.
I feel like no golf course should take longer than 4 to 4.25 hours.
Okay.
Par 3 is a good, like I was just thinking, and then because you got me thinking now. Royal Lytham is a par 3 start.
That's where I think
Royal Lytham's a par 3 start. Really good hole. Again, it's just, I would rather, again, for me, building a bit, don't get nervous, but building a bit of confidence, I'd rather it driver on the first hole.
Yeah. Nice big face.
Yeah,
big,
big.
Unless it's got OB down the right, then
I've had that. Yeah, there's a few of those. But to be fair, at St Anne's, left isn't too bad. You've got the world right. You've got 2 fairways right.
Okay.
So for me, it's absolutely
right, so we need to get
fine.
a round up there then.
Yeah. So right now, 2 fairways. You got the second and the 4th fairway to the right of the first.
Right, we'll make the most of that.
Yeah.
So go on then. So we've done our top 3. So experience, pro shop.
Yeah.
First opening holes.
Yeah.
Go on. What's number 4?
Halfway house and the turn.
Oh yeah.
The turn. You've got to have a good turn.
Yeah.
Really, like if you look, and second in my list, and I am adamant, there's not many golf courses I'm aware of and that I've played, especially, that has a better group of 3 holes than the IELTS at Turnberry.
Oh, that's
it is just the 9th halfway house, 10th and 11th are absolutely sublime, and that halfway house is just something else. Yeah,
just an experience.
Yeah, it's just there's not much in it when you go in, but it's just, you stop. I think, top courses, I think a compulsory stop at the halfway house is good for pace of play.
Yeah.
But also, you're taking it all in. You're right next to the ocean. You've got a mega par 3 just before it. You've got a par 5 that wraps round, and then another par 3. And I just think it's a very, very, very great stretch of holes. Great turn.
I also
really solid.
bet that pro shop got fleeced as well when you went there.
Do you know what? It didn't actually. I was really disappointed. I did buy a few bits. I did buy a gilet.
I love it. Didn't, but I got a few bits.
Yeah, I got a few bits. I get a ball marker everywhere I go.
Yeah.
I did buy a gilet, but I was rushing, which kind of annoyed me. But that's a different story for a different time. I can't go into that too much. But no, it's a good pro shop. It's really good because it's inside the clubhouse, but it's kind of really big, and it was really good. It was well stocked, but I I'm a bit of a sucker for pro shops. I do like I like I do like the big ones, but also I love because obviously that's ran by a company. It's clearly a big corporate machine. What I do love is like little ones that you go in and they've got like a couple of like old putters that you wouldn't see, or they've got like a good head cover with a good logo. Good logo is everything. Great logo. Like there's some crackers, but there's a lot to go to, but a lot of really good ones.
Before we move on to number 5, you're at the turn, you're in the halfway house. Is it a sausage roll for you?
It is a sausage roll. There's got to be a sausage roll.
It's the biggest debate in the world who's got the best sausage roll, and I love that golf courses talk about it.
I'm trying to think, I had a really, really good one recently. Where was I? Prince's. Great sausage roll.
We're going to get there with that.
Prince's,
don't jump ahead.
Trying to think, was it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Prince's. Prince's was a great sausage roll. That was really good.
Yeah, I feel like the halfway house experience could also be its own multiple checkbox, couldn't it?
Yeah, there sometimes like there's a very good old school halfway house at Hollingwell. That's meant
to be a stunning track, isn't it?
Very, very good course. Yeah.
A Heathland.
Yes, it is very good, very, very different. When you drive in, a very different feel to it, but very good course.
Right. Well, we've got to get back. Come on, number 5. What's number 5 on our checklist for course reviews?
How it finishes.
Okay.
When you have a bad round, you're wanting it to come to an end. Mm-hmm. When you're having a good round at a good course, and you've got good company. Like I was when I went to. When I've been to St Andrews before, I've been playing great company, and that makes those last 4 holes, how it finishes. What is the lasting memory of that course? That is like I'd say from 15 onwards is the most important part of the course. Yeah. Like if you look at again, no, you don't have to. You don't need 3 guesses to know my favourite course, but Kings Barnes, final holes, just stunning. Incredible. If you look at the old course at St Andrews, the last, 16's okay, 17 great, 18 great. You can't beat a drivable par 4 or chuck something in that's completely different. That, the last 3 to 4 holes for me on a golf course is what is your lasting memory. If you look at all the great courses around the world, 17th at Sawgrass, 18 at Pebble Beach, those sort of courses, the iconic. If you look at, the last few holes at, is it the 16th at Augusta, par 3?
Yeah, 16th. Start coming around the turn.
And then 17, 18 at Augusta. Mm-hmm. They're all dramatic endings. You could even go to the DP World Tour and you look at the last few holes, for example, at the Earth course. Mm-hmm. You've got a creek running through it and huge waterfalls at the background. It's just, and even Tiger Woods took it to another level at Big Cedar Lodge. He had the 19th hole, which he added in, which was a par 3, which was just a waterfall.
Oh, that waterfall.
Yeah, that's the 19th. That's at I can't remember what's the name of. I can't remember the name of the course now. It'll do my head in that, but that's at Big Cedar Lodge. Designed by Tiger Woods. But last 4 holes are most important.
Okay, I love that. That's a nice checklist. That.
St Anne's is a funny one because it's I can't think of any course, and I hope if someone ever finds this out, please tell me and drop me a message or something. But St Anne's is one of the only courses I can think of that doesn't have a par 4 in the last 3 holes.
Really?
It has par 3, 16th, par 5, par 5. So it's very, very. There was a discussion on a podcast a while ago. I was trying to find it, and I can't find anywhere that's not got a par 4 in the last 3 holes.
That's mental.
I know, yeah. So it's a bit of a quirky
yeah,
one.
that's a nice quirky one, actually. Yeah. Makes me. I definitely need to get up there though. It looks absolutely.
We will be doing that. We will be doing that. So
I think we've had actually a chat about possibly a match, haven't we, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm into that.
Don't worry, you'll be giving me shots.
I was going to say the handicap review will be coming in.
Yeah, no, I can't wait for that. So yeah,
it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So your course knowledge is obviously a passion. It's probably not more than a hobby at this point for you, I'm going to guess. Sorry, you're sinking.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Yeah, I feel like when I was a member of used to be, I didn't go out and play, and I was so focused on, getting my handicap down, playing in comps and stuff like that. And I kind of feel like I missed the point of what golf is.
Yeah.
Where I play with the same people every week, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I think it's great. I just think that going out with different people, experiencing different places, you'd never find a top golf course in a bad place.
Yeah, okay. I know what you mean.
So the surrounding area is that's always a nice touch to it. I love a golf trip. Unbelievably, I've never been on a dedicated trip just for golf, as in like I've never been to Portugal or
with
Spain.
With
the lads, I'd love to do that, but I've never done that. But I do try and go away, or if I'm away somewhere and I can tie in a course where I did that recently, and various different things. I'll go away if I'm working away, and I'll tie in somewhere. There's just so many great things about playing somewhere different and experiencing something different, and seeing something different, and experiencing someone else's point of view or someone else's home course. Like I've been really, really lucky to play a lot of courses with members there, and they will tell us about the course. Tell them about the course. Like when I host at St. Anne's, I know it might be a bit nerdy, but I'll give them a bit of history about it, and a bit of why that's there, and what's original and what's not, and what was there before, and how the club come about. Like I played at a great course recently in Knoll Park, which is just on the border of Kent and London.
All right, okay.
And the guy who hosted us had so much knowledge about the course, and it was a great course, and it was just very, very different to somewhere where you'd pick to go and play, and it so happens that we were in the area. One of my other friends went, "Oh, don't worry, I'll sort somewhere to play," and we played there, and it was a great experience. It's just getting to know people who you'd never, in day-to-day life, you'd never meet them or speak to people, and that's what I'm passionate about.
It's great because I guess it's given you this everlasting memory to make it a topic of conversation as well. We spoke before, and the first checkpoint was experience. The other members can create that experience as much as the clubhouse, as the staff. Somebody like yourself that's going to walk you around St. Anne's with such passion people are going to remember you, aren't they?
Absolutely, and I think the reason I put experience in there is because, again, going back to trying to have a positive frame of mind. People who are positive to, positivity is infectious. It spreads. Yeah. Like, again, I know I keep going back to it, but when I got to King's Barnes, the guy who welcomed me I said, "Have you ever been before?" I was like, "No." He said, "Right, let me show you around." And he took me around. He showed me the pro shop. He took me and showed me where, like, if you ever go to King's Barnes, the locker room upstairs, it's not a big clubhouse, but it's incredible. But there was just that. But the thing what made even more of that experience was we were playing, I think we were on like the 6th or 7th hole, and the guy who welcomed me came round in a buggy and come up to me and was like, "How you doing, Mr. Evans? You having a good time? How you playing? What's your favourite bit so far?" And it was like a 2-minute interaction that you're like, wow, what an experience. Yeah, and that was the difference for me, that, it's owned by an American company, but it just did not feel like a machine.
It didn't feel inauthentic.
Yeah, it felt genuine.
Yeah.
And you're like, the weather was great. There's just like, the people who we played it with was great. And it's just that experience. And I'm all about experiences. Like, definitely I try and focus on doing things instead of having material things. And
Yeah.
I think that's probably come as I've got older, really.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I think that leads on to something fantastic, which is an experience you got to be a part of in the last 12 months that it's pretty breathtaking. The story behind it is stunning. What an achievement. But I think your part, possibly not everybody will be aware of what you did for the junior golfer in breaking his world record this year.
Yeah, it is. It's something that I was looking back. I'm incredibly proud to have been a part of for so many different reasons.
Could you just let people know what did you do?
Yeah, well, it's if I have to say, so many times where Josh was attempting to break the world record for most golf courses played in a year.
Yeah.
The original record, which was an unofficial record, which was 580, and I met Josh through Instagram.
Oh, okay. Had he started the journey at that time?
So I met Josh the year before, and I'm quite I like to keep busy. So I was chatting to him about different things, and I said he's a member at Woodhall Spa, and I said
that's his home track.
Yes.
Wow.
So I was talking just general chit chat about how you would do on Instagram, how you play in various different bits, and he said, I'm because he's based down that way, he's like from Norfolk, and he said, I'm coming up to the northwest. Do you fancy a round? I said, yeah, we'll play at St Anne's. So we played at St Anne's, had a good chat, kept in touch, and then he was, when we played at St Anne's, he was like, I've got this idea, it may, it's probably going to happen. I'm going to live in a camper van for a year. And I was like, right, okay. And I was like, and he said,
who's this lad that wants to play golf with me?
And I was like, what is going on here? And then he's like, I'm going to play golf every day. And I was like, it sounds like a dream, but it also sounds like a nightmare at the same time. So we had a good laugh about that. And then part of it was, when you are coming up this way, let me know and I'll organise a day for you.
Yeah.
So the club were great. After that, I did go and play Woodhall with him between Christmas and New Year of 2025. I did play, and it was so foggy. So I have played Woodhall Spa, but I couldn't tell you what it looks like.
Yeah, okay.
So we have got a bit of a running joke. So I'm going to go back and play it with him in this year or next year. But so kept in touch with him. Obviously, he started his journey on the 24th of January last year, and kept in touch with him. Obviously, he was really, really busy, and he was making good progress. I think he did. Obviously, it's tough to play golf in the UK at that time of year, but I think he did a really, really good start. Just kept in touch with him generally, and nothing really kind of happened. And I said, let me know the dates, and I'll sort it out with work, and I'll try and sort out another course for you, so you don't have to worry about it. So we ended up playing Fairhaven, which is 10 minutes drive from St Anne's. So I said, we'll get a buggy, and we'll play both courses, and I'll just look after you for the day. So he was like, right, great. So he pulled up in the camper van, and I can't remember exactly. It was summer, so it was probably June time, I think. And Josh is really, really, Josh is a great, great guy, really great to be around. And at that point, Alex, who was supporting him, was helping him book rounds. Alex is an IT genius.
Right, okay.
He was doing the routing where he kind of took, I think Josh was, Josh would be very open to say he was starting to struggle, not necessarily mentally, but struggling just to fit everything in.
Yeah.
Because he was playing at minimum 18 holes, usually 36 holes in a day.
With driving.
With getting there.
Yeah.
He had to eat, he had to, shower, which I know everyone went on about the showers, so yeah, we had to get that in, but he had to shower. But also, he was making a video a day for Instagram
and we know
and TikTok.
editing's not a fun
Exactly. And, you know, he's having the same conversations with, you know, thousands, practically, you know, running into over 1,000 people, 1,200 people who he's played with. And when you've, you know, you can't just go, thanks very much, see you later.
Yeah,
you know, he's eating at night, he's getting ready, he's doing his video. Where do you start to then book your next round?
Yeah.
So he was at a point where he was like struggling because he'd be emailing. He couldn't speak to people on the phone because he simply did not have the time.
Yeah.
He had a lot of course invites, but also if you've got, you know, you need to book 2 weeks of course invites. It's very, very difficult to kind of know logistically where you've got to go. And that's where Alex came in. Alex came in about, I think it was, I don't know if it was 50 or 100 days before me.
Right, okay.
And Alex came in and changed, literally just went, your route's mad, in essence, because he was literally driving back and forth all over the place. Yeah. He had a rough route because he started, you know, at Woodhall, went down, you know, through, you know, Surrey and round to the south coast, round to Devon, and then Alex is at Burnham. He played with Alex, and Alex went, you know, I can help you out here.
Can I interrupt for 1 sec? Yeah. Can we just shout out Alex's Instagram, just in case people want to follow? Or does he not? Does he want to be?
He can. I think he's golfing at Alman. Okay. ALMAN.
Yeah.
He doesn't like he does not like recognition, but he completely deserves it. He was, you know, I felt I did the easy bit.
Right.
I felt like...
Which we're going to get to, you didn't.
Yeah.
But we're going to get to, yeah.
I felt like I did the easy bit of... And we were almost like the perfect storm. What he doesn't like doing, I enjoy. I'd say I'm all right at it.
Yeah.
What he does, I could never do.
Right, okay.
I just haven't got the knowledge of that he's got. And he's extraordinarily good at it. Where he has... I thought I had a good knowledge of golf courses. His knowledge of golf courses is so good. He's such a nice guy. He's so humble, but I can remember Josh saying to me when we were talking about it, because we were talking about on the day when we played Fairhaven and St Anne's, I was like, oh, how are you getting on with this? How are you getting on with that? And he just said, I literally, one day, I just handed Alex everything. And I played 36 holes. I got my laptop out to start doing stuff, and I had 2 weeks booked. And we had a spreadsheet where it was green when it was booked.
Yeah.
He said, and I just went to sleep.
Wow.
And I was like...
So, can we just... If there's anybody around, please show some love to Alex, because that's sensational, isn't it?
It was. He was just incredibly good.
Yeah.
And he was able to kind of deal with... Because obviously Josh was... on the golf course, so we can't really be messaging clubs or, you know, speaking to course invites, because we had a lot of course invites and a lot of people who were the golf community was fantastic. They really showed Josh some amazing amount of support. And when obviously, as he's gone further north through Wales into the northwest, and then he played with me, I said to him, I think it's an incredible thing you're doing, especially for the memory of his mum and, you know, for charity. If you ever need anything, just give me a shout.
Yeah.
And I kind of just said, I remember I was on the 5th green at St Anne's when I said it to him. I said, you need anything, just let me know. I'd love to help you out. And he's like, yeah, whichever. And then about 2 days later, he rang me. And he was like, and I was like, a bit out of the blue. And I was like, how are you doing? And he was like, yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm doing this, doing that. He said, when you said you can help me, what did you mean? I said, exactly what I meant.
Yeah,
you know, let me know what you need, and I'll do all I can to do it. And he went, right, okay, I'll add you into this WhatsApp group and just, you know, see how it goes. Alex, you know, is doing this, doing that, doing that. I was like, yep, absolutely fine. I said, if Alex just tells me what I need to do, and I'll do it.
Yeah.
And he was just about to go into Scotland. He was kind of Silloth way. And he said, right, we've got Southern S we need to book. So Alex literally just went on a spreadsheet and went, can you ring this, 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 and this? So I rang, and my first courses that I booked, I rang Southern S and no one answered. The next one was Prestwick.
No way.
Got through to the GM at Prestwick, explained it, and we were going into Scotland with no course invites.
Right,
There was nothing. It was like, and Josh was like, 52% of golf courses in Scotland didn't qualify because they had to be over 6,000 yards. So you've got, a huge amount of golf courses that don't qualify. So we have to, we sounding like we're being picky, but we can't, because that was a stipulation from Guinness.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that we just decided, because it's a world record and it's a US-based world record. Mm-hmm. We had to really think about the route, which Alex came in, and I got a load of courses, and the first one I booked was Prestwick, and I was like, that is a buzz. Like,
I've brought something to the table,
I was I cannot. And I just thought, right.
Was that it then? It was like feet up, I've done it.
No, because he was like, right, well, I need to book 2-3 weeks. So, if you're doing 36 holes a day.
Yeah.
You're into to do a week, you've got 14 different courses. So you've got to be really far ahead, but also you can't go too far ahead, because once if something happens, like, you have a bad day of weather or he got injured or anything like that. So you've got to really, it was a real balancing act. Like, sometimes you'd be ringing courses and you'd be like, explain it and everything like that. And then they go, okay, yeah, when are you looking to play? Saturday morning. And it was like, remember, okay. But then it got to a point where you just would have to ask. You were asking the unaskable at points. Like, well, can you go out ahead of all the members? Because he wants to do 54 holes in a day. He did 54 holes, 9 days on a bounce.
How were his feet?
I don't know. I don't know how he's still got legs, to be honest. I spoke to him tonight, and I still speak to him. We've become, all three of us have become really, really close. And like I think Josh said in a podcast, and I've said it in the past, it was like a perfect storm, because Josh was so driven to do it.
Yeah.
He was like, no matter what we did, it was like, push me harder, push me harder, push me harder, in such a positive, infectious way. And you were booking stuff. And there was definitely one standout moment in the entire thing for me. Apart from breaking the world record at Caversham, last day at Prince's were incredible. But the one thing that blew my mind, and it just showed how good the golf community were, especially when when I feel I came on board, there was so much legitimacy around it, where if you say, I'm trying to break the world record for most golf courses played in a year. Okay, how many have you played? Well, I'm on 6, and I've got, 574 to go. It's like, it doesn't sound right. But obviously I came in at a point where we were really, really, we had some unbelievable momentum.
Yeah.
So as we went through Scotland was incredible. So the hospitality was great. The clubs were great. We had people going out of the way who wanted to play with him. The traction online was great. You
also had the right time of year to be in Scotland as well.
It was perfect.
You want to be there that summertime, don't you?
Yeah.
It didn't time.
Oh, no, yeah, it was great. He played. The only one that I think, which we couldn't get on, was the old course. And Renaissance, but, that's a private members club, which is completely understandable. A lot of the courses just completely bent over backwards.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, like Western Gales were amazing. Both the Turnberry courses up there. The Turnberry was great. The Trump courses in Aberdeen were fantastic. To be fair, St Andrews Links Trust, we ended up talking to a guy there a lot, and he was like, "Oh, I've got your tee times on this, and this, and this, and it's over 4 days." And it was just like, this is... It was just so good. But as we come down through Scotland and back into England, it was getting tougher. So we were kind of like looking at things, and we floated some ideas. We always knew that he would go abroad in January somewhere, depending on what we could do. And we were kind of playing around with ideas, and we floated the idea of going to Northern Ireland. Obviously, the Open was there this year. You've got Royal County Down and so many amazing courses. So I was like, well, let's push the boat here. Let's have a go here. And so Josh and Alex were like, well, what are you thinking? And I was like, right, let's speak to who've just hosted the Open. Let's ring Portrush. And if we can get Portrush or someone like that,
make it happen.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
And you're like, right. And I don't know if they believe me. I rang. I won't say his name. But I rang Portrush, and I'm talking to a guy, and he just very, very off the cuff, just went, send me an email and we'll come back to you. And literally didn't say anything. That was it.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, well, where are we going to go instead of going to Ireland? Because we need to, it gets difficult because you've played, at this point, you've got 400 and odd golf courses in.
Yeah.
And you're like, where's he going to go?
Yeah.
You've already played everywhere that's over 6,000 yards. You get into a point where, if the weather turns, courses start shutting, or they go on to winter where it's under 6,000 yards. Like, how many golf courses let him play off tees that weren't open in December was incredible.
Sensational. Yeah.
So anyway, I sent this guy an email, didn't think much of it. Half an hour later, my phone starts ringing from a Northern Ireland number. And I'm like, hello? And he's talking me through it. He's like, oh, it's so-and-so from Portrush. It's like, right, okay. He said, yeah, we've looked at it and we support these charities through the year, but we absolutely love the idea and we'd love you to come. And I booked him a tee time on this day and this day on the 2 courses at Portrush. And I was like,
what?
Whoa. And I said, and they didn't charge him a penny, because obviously to do it
cost money.
It's huge money. How many golf courses were courtesy of the course because of it was for charity, which he raised. We're hoping it's going to touch 100 grand.
Yeah.
That's where it's so close to. But yeah, and I was like, this is
that. Yeah, that's got to be a pinch me
mental.
moment.
Yeah. I was like, and I rang Josh, because obviously part of it as well is he had to have a playing partner for every single round. Someone to verify that he's played.
Did you go to Portrush?
I did say, if you can't get a playing partner, I'll come with you. So, but someone from the golf operations team played the courses with him, and he played it. They wouldn't allow him to do both on the same day because of availability.
Okay.
It weren't anything to do with being far from it. It was availability. But they booked him a Sunday and a Monday morning.
Oh, awesome.
And then I think he did, I can't remember if he did Ardglass or somewhere around there, but he did. And then Port Stewart had one of the holes closed, so we couldn't do that. He played Royal County Down while it was shut. That was an incredible. They said it was shut. I don't know if they shut it to public knowledge and allow members to play it for.
Yeah, like
but
a members only.
It was like you couldn't get in.
Yeah,
and we played Royal Dublin. He played not Royal Dublin. Sorry, Royal Belfast. Played everywhere.
So, as a personal accolade in it all, what was your wow? I got that one.
Definitely Portrush.
Starting with Prestwick must have been a
Prestwick
bit of
was brilliant, because then we got Southern S. The other ones, there was quite loads to in St Andrews. Dornoch, Royal Dornoch. He did the 2 at Dornoch, and then he did 2 at Castle Stewart and Cabot's.
Okay.
We were involved with them, but it was just the perfect summer, because we had great weather, and it was just
amazing
course after all.
The perfect storm. The 3 of you finding each other.
Yeah.
The weather, because I think it was the year before, maybe 2 years ago, we were a washout of a season. Finding these people that, I guess on a given day, you make that phone call to County Down. They're just on the wrong day, or someone's had a bad day. Yeah. It literally is us all tied in together. Fantastic.
Absolutely. And I felt that because it was for charity, it was from Macmillan Cancer Support and Tapping House, who is a local charity where Josh is from, who looked after his mum. I felt that when you start talking about it, and again, in a positive, in someone who's doing something so positive and so, huge, and as soon as you say it's from Macmillan, people want to help.
Yeah,
people want that. That they'll do everything they possibly can to help him. And some people have been so affected, and the work that Macmillan do to so many people is so vast. And people really, really went out the way to do stuff. Like, there was some bizarre stuff that we had to have sheets that had to be filled in, and he ran out of sheets. And someone who had a phone conversation with rang and went, "Can you print off 300 of these sheets?" And they're like, "Yeah." And it was just like even tiny little things, but it was just so good. The golfing community was just a different level.
Well, that's something you've mentioned. It is that there's something fantastically beautiful about the golfing community, where it really can come together at the right time, can't it?
Absolutely.
I think just before we do move on, is the link still available to donate?
Yeah. It's if you go to gingergolf.co.uk.
Yeah.
There's a link on there. There's a tab on his website, which we just finished a silent auction, which the proceeds will go to a lot of amazing courses on the silent auction. But yeah, everything will be split.
Let's see if we can contribute to getting to the 100 grand.
Yeah, definitely be amazing achievement.
Just getting onto a golfing community and where you lay in it's been quite a story, I guess, for what you've done. Ginger Golf has been sensational. We were talking a little bit before we came on of the people that we've both met and probably not even real understanding, the likes of Stacey Rue, the Ryan Brucher, that this community is fantastic.
Yeah.
I know as you're trying to get through your course list, you're kind of within a network of golfers, aren't you? And
yeah,
you're very proactive and great with people, I guess, for that.
Yeah, well, I feel very lucky, and I know there's a bit of a running joke between a few of us, which I won't go into, but I feel very lucky to be a member where I am. Mm-hmm. And I'm not someone who's closed off about it.
Yeah.
I want, if the club would allow me, I'd host everyone that I possibly could. Yeah. There is limitations, which I can understand. For me, I'd host people who I interact with on a regular basis, and share a similar enthusiasm for it. Mm-hmm. Like I hosted James Addy, Golf Addy Adventures.
Yeah.
And I speak to him loads now. I've played there with Josh, and I like hosting people. I like, having that interaction with like-minded people who are passionate about it. I'm not saying it's the greatest golf club in the world. It is an incredible golf course, and it's a great venue. But I've been very lucky to kind of, with that, because I'm quite open to, hosting people who have got similar interest when I've got time, that people reciprocate.
Yeah.
And, people do. I've been lucky to be put into, communities where some of the best golf courses in the world are very open. People from those courses are very open to, I really want to play that. Come down and play. Some people, you can't always make dates work, which happens. That's absolutely fine. But there, there's some communities that are very, very, very good and full of people who are like having a good laugh.
Yeah.
Like kind of, they're not overly precious and where the club that they're at. They want people to enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. And again, I am very, very lucky to go and play the courses that I do.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to go and as a profession, not as a profession, but as part of it, to kind of, I feel like on my page I want it to come across that I look for the positives. Like there might be things at courses that I've played, and there's certainly stuff that I've seen that nothing terribly negative, but there are negatives, but I just won't put them in.
Yeah.
There's no need for me to put something down at a golf course.
You to be fair, and I think we touched on the fact that we have a history together. That I would say that's a real credit to you as a person, and without trying to make you feel uncomfortable right now, there's a beauty in your character. You had a high pressure job where I had the pleasure of working with you, and even then you never. There's managers within the industry we were in that would be happy to find negatives. You've always found a way to make a positive and make people have pride in what they did.
Yeah.
Not just golf, not just that. You tend to have that aura about you where you want to bring the best out of people. And I think the people around you feel it. It's fantastic.
I do, I'm a type of person where I don't care, where you're from, background, none of that. None of that I wouldn't say it doesn't interest me, because it's almost the opposite. It does interest me. Everyone's different, but not everyone's always correct. Someone's, I want to learn. I want to understand. I feel like I've been lucky over, the years that we've worked together. Going back a good few years, I was very lucky to be around some very good people who taught me things, and I got things wrong in my life that changed me as a person and made me become someone who does look for positives and does, come across that, I do kind of want to listen to people. I want to, understand what you like, and what and care about it. Someone said to me years ago, it's like an emotional bank, isn't it? You want to deposit more than you take out, because that's the type of relationship that I want with people. I want to be able to kind of go and speak to someone and deposit in that emotional bank. Sometimes I might have to withdraw from it, and need something back. But I don't deposit with that mentality that I have to have something back. That might, I might never need or ask for something from you. But that's just the type of person I am. I kind of want to. I feel like I've got not an unhealthy, but a borderline. I have a need to help people, but with no agenda. I don't ever do anything to kind of with a purpose. I do it because I want to do it. You can do it in any different ways of life, but hosting someone at St. Anne's, I'm not precious about it. I want you to enjoy what I enjoy. And
that round of golf and a 4-hour walk with someone, you'll really get to understand them and go, that's somebody I want in my life. Or you may just go, it was a great experience that you may never follow up on, but it's a fantastic way to really get to the bed of people and to understand what they are.
I think like I always find it funny, like if you said to someone, right, go and play a round of golf with someone you've never met, you wouldn't ever find it awkward generally. If you went, right, go and sit in a car and drive somewhere for 4 hours, it's no different. It's just how do you deal with that? And again, if you've got you try and find common ground.
I was going to say, I feel like you'd be in your element either way, wouldn't you?
Yeah, pretty much. You can't shut me up, can you?
I love that.
No.
Well, to be fair, getting on to that, we probably best move on to my favourite part at the moment. Is getting against the grain.
Right. Okay.
So I know that this, if people aren't aware, Andy, you are pretty organised, man. You like to be prepped up for things. And you had asked me a number of times, what questions may I ask? There's never been a structure to this. I always try and keep it as much of a conversation as possible with this in mind. And I know you've thought about this one. So against the grain, it's a hot take in golf. It's obviously not everybody's going to agree with your hot take, and that's fine. That's what it's about. And I do ask for a couple of examples. So OBG Golf, big fan of him, North Wales. Got a great setting, by the way. If you see his garden, looks awesome. Trying to shape the driver both ways ruins golfers. Where do you stand on that? I
think I'm very much a believer in stick to what you know. I have had the guy who I go to my lessons for, James Robinson, is a great guy. I get on with him so well. He's I've got a power fade or a slice or whatever you want to call it. I do like seeing the ball move a little bit left to right. I cannot make a ball draw. If you can do it both ways, that's great, but I wouldn't say it's essential. For me, you play with what you've got.
I think everybody knows John Rahm for his power fade. And he says, I can draw the ball, and he has to really try and sell that this absolute stunning golfer can draw the ball. There's a reason why we think he only fades it, and because 90% of his golf, it goes one way. And that's all it needs to be sometimes.
I think because, again, a bit of a golf nerd when it comes to the golf swing and understand it. I feel like I've always said I'd be a better coach than I am a player. Definitely, because by a mile, I understand it. I understand the structure of it. Can I do it? No. I think, people play to the strengths. And if you look at John Rahm, he's played to his strengths. He's a Masters champion. He's a multiple major champion. And I think that's he's playing to his strengths. You know, if you put a gun to his head
Yeah.
and said, draw the ball, he'll be able to draw the ball.
Me and you maybe not. We might be lying on the floor.
Yeah, there's not a chance. Yeah, draw the ball. My answer would be, does a duck hook count as a draw? So, but yeah, no, I don't think it's essential in my opinion.
So would you say that was against the grain? I think there's a lot of people who think you should have to be fair.
Yeah.
I think you might be right. I
think against the grain depends on what ability.
Yeah, okay.
I think at an elite level, they're going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And
sure.
I think against the grain, I think it's not essential.
No.
But
yeah.
Bit of a
okay, I'm not going to read out this person's name because it's a peculiar one. But putting isn't nearly as important as people make it out to be.
Absolute load of rubbish.
Yeah, that is genuinely against the grain.
Yeah, that is so much against the grain. I have spent a long time trying to... I spend a lot of time practicing my putting.
Yeah.
A lot. I did a video on a final putt, which is on my Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's
awesome,
the best video I've ever...
Yeah. That's the one with these levels.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen you unboxing it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Great. You know, I'm an advocate for that. They've just released an even wider one, which I would buy myself, but I've already got one and my wife would go ballistic. But,
well, maybe I'll buy your one off yet and then you get that one.
Right, we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, putting is where it's made. If you look, again, golf nerd, statistics, massive on statistics. If you look at how many shots you use on your driver, which is generally... you're going to have 3 par 3, so generally 15 max. Yeah,
unless there's a lot of OB stakes.
Correct, yeah. Well, yeah, or if you're going right, like I do. But no, putting, absolutely. The difference, you know, shots gain on putting, and the difference, you know, at a average handicap level, the difference is literally between can you get up and down, which is obviously putting and chipping, but, you know, no 3-putts. Tiger Woods said no 3-putts for years and years and years. Okay. That is the most important part of the game, in my opinion.
So just to confirm, that is most definitely against the grain. That
Absolutely.
is a crazy... So Groper, that's his name.
Right.
79. Groper. Is that what I think it is?
I don't know.
Sounds like Groper.
It could be, yeah.
I don't know.
It's thrown me a bit, that
79,
one.
that makes sense with the name, I guess.
Yeah.
So go on. 28-8 golf, what is your hot take?
When the ball goes out of play, as in OB, and you have to walk back to the tee, or a lost ball.
Okay.
We play a lot of stroke play.
Medal. Golf. Yeah.
And
Big
not
fan.
so much, not so much Sailford, which is very tough. And I've got a story behind it, and the reason for this, should you have to go back to the tee? Okay,
what's your hot take?
You should not ever have to go back to the tee.
Ever's a bold statement.
We play it's a 4 to 4.5 hour long game.
Yeah.
And walking back to the tee and NRing ruins your day.
Okay, can I play a devil's advocate on this?
Can you?
Yeah. Why haven't you hit a provisional?
Well, you know, when you play at links and where you could, and again, I'll answer that. I hit on the first hole at St Anne's on one of my first ever comps, which was medal, teed off. The week before was the English Amateur.
Oh, so everything's up.
Everything's up.
Everything's up.
And I mean,
so that means rough, by the way, in links golf. Yeah, the rough is thick.
It was so. Went a little bit right. Didn't make the second fairway, which is running the other way.
2 and 4. I'm remembering them for when we go.
Yeah. Didn't make the second fairway, so I was like, that's fine. Couldn't find it. Walked back to the tee. Teed off again. Went left. Couldn't find it. Raging. Walked up to the green where the other people who I was playing with, and the guy was there, chucked me my first ball back and went, I found it, but the time had gone.
Yeah.
So that obviously got, I wouldn't say, you know, the positive person didn't shine through in that moment.
At least I didn't lose
so
the ball.
I'd NR'd on the first.
Yeah, it's tough that.
But it got worse. I teed off on the second because right, I'll just play because you've got to play for handicap.
Oh, okay.
So when you NR, your card still counts. This is why my against the grain.
Yeah,
because
okay.
your card still counts because it's in a competition. Your card still counts towards your handicap.
So it's not a penalty card.
Correct.
Yeah.
But you're not in the competition. But which is ridiculous, I think.
Yeah.
You should, if you NR, why can't, if you declare that ball lost and your playing partners all agree, go, right, well, it's a 2-shot penalty. You play it from here and you drop it where you think you've lost it and you're playing 4. What's the problem with that? And then you'd never, why isn't an NR something?
I think, so I think the difficulty in it would still be for stroke play. That is the brutality. You could hit the third off tee, be in play, and that's stopped you having a 2-stroke penalty, essentially. Benefit.
Yeah, but the thing, the bad thing about that story is, when after I teed off the second...
You didn't find the second ball?
No, someone threw at me.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so I was walking down the second and someone shouted me over and went, yeah, mate, I saw your ball go in, and threw it. And that was the people who were stood on the tee when I had to walk back.
Oh, my God.
So I lost...
You lost 2 balls but found 2 balls.
I lost 2 balls and got both balls back and NR'd in
brutal.
one hole.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was absolutely disgraceful, and obviously, positivity shone through. But no, that I don't get that rule. I don't feel that an NR should be something in golf. And I think if you go out of bounds or it's borderline, you shouldn't need to go back to the tee. There is local rules, where they do have, if it goes out, it's a 2-shot penalty. Why should that not just be in golf as general? It would speed up play. You wouldn't ever have to walk back to a tee. Walking back to the tee is horrible.
I do think it would. Again, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I think in that scenario, I definitely understand why. That's got to be brutal, especially when you find your balls.
Yeah.
It's got to be tough, but I think you could definitely have long hitters take advantage of that. Do you know, almost going a bit crazy, going, right, I'm just going to go mental up there because you are playing stroke and distance, as long as it's agreed.
But it's a 2-stroke penalty. So, you then got to get up and down for bogey.
Yeah, as often as you can as well, But
the thing is, you're not going to be a great big hitter if you're getting up and down for bogey. It's. I think a 1-stroke penalty, I understand, the 1-stroke penalty, what's the difference between that and a red stake? So when you go into a red stake, there's no stroke and distance. So if it goes into a hazard, why is the justification between the hazard and out of bounds?
Yeah.
In reality, out of bounds is a hazard.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
Yeah.
And I think that's the definition between the two, obviously, is what it is. But if you've got a 2-shot penalty, you're no better off because you could then hit your 3rd shot in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah.
So you're no better off.
Yeah.
It's just it's more about the point of pace of play.
Yeah, okay.
Really, that does me.
That is a great against the grain, I'm going to be honest. Just on that, so I've got a terrible point. I'm going to have to take you to my course as well in the summer. It's nice in the summer. 10th hole down the left OB all the way.
Yeah.
There's probably the length of this room of red stakes. Now, it's around the length of my drive.
Yeah.
Very rarely miss left. Similar to yourself, I can't draw the ball, I can hook it.
Yeah.
And it crossed over the red lines. I was like, well, it's a 1-stroke penalty. It crossed, and he went, it's in the farmer's field. I went, but it crossed over the red stakes. I actually don't understand the rules of golf in that scenario.
Well, that is point of entry.
Yeah,
so it'd be a 1-shot penalty and drop at point of entry if it's red stakes.
I'm pretty sure I've been told because it literally left the bounds of the golf course.
Doesn't matter. It's point of entry.
So it's mental, really, because it doesn't dictate. It's usually a circle, isn't it?
There's so many rules in golf that are just crazy. Unnecessary.
The mental.
Yeah. It's like the game's hard enough. Come on.
Yeah.
It's like the talk of all this roll back on the ball. The game is hard enough. You roll back for pros. That's it. You don't need to make it harder for your people who are looking forward to through their entire working week, looking forward to going playing. Having a couple of, playing with a mate on a weekend, but you want to make them hit it shorter.
Yeah.
don't make sense.
Well, that's because they're playing with bandits like you, Andy.
We'll go from only time will tell. I'm halfway there anyway.
It's been an absolute pleasure, mate. And it's been a long time since I've actually seen you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. Really, really appreciate it.
And if anybody wants to check you out, just confirm where can they find you?
On Instagram and at 28, then 2 as in TO 8 golf.
Fantastic. Legend, thank you.
Thank you very much, mate.
Enjoy it. Oh, cheers for that.
Yes,
Legend.
Yeah, it was class that. Loved it.
I'm sorry we didn't get onto it, Anthony Kit, but yeah, no, it's and that's it. I find that.
Yeah, that was mega. I loved that.
Yeah.